everybody. How's it going today? I'm a little redhead. I'm here on the stream I call Heart of a Hobbit, where we go adventuring around Middle Earth and usually as a hobbit, as pictured here. You know, it's a little dark there. Let's see if I can remember how to do that. Is it Alt F10? Oh, it doesn't. Does it not work in neighborhoods? The light, your personal light. I thought it was Alt F10. Oh, hey, look at that. It does work. There we go. I have my personal light on just to make it a little bit brighter for you. So there we go. Oh no. Emma Culado says, I forgot to claim LI track before uninstalling Lotro. Well, you've got 22 hours to go and pick it up. So yes, a reminder, as mentioned in the title of the stream, because I thought that might be a good reminder to folks, that today is your last full day to go and finish getting stuff on your LI reward track and to claim it all. So yes, you have 22 hours and 20 minutes as of right now. So yes, go get your goodies. The goodies you might be missing out on if you don't capture it is, of course, all the legendary item stuff. So your enhancement runes, your traceries, all of those sorts of things. Level 25, box number 25, was a coffer of the sculpture garden, which is amazing. It has a whole ton of really awesome stuff in it, which, you know what's funny is I'm trying to remember where I put it because I'm on Treebeard. So let me fix that because I just realized I left it saying Laurelin. Because we've been on Laurelin so much lately here on the stream, but we're on Treebeard today. I have it all set up on Laurelin, but I don't think I've actually set it up here on Treebeard. I thought about putting it in my yard here, but it's ridiculous. It's huge, but it's gorgeous. It's really worth getting. It's like a set of like 8, 10 different pieces. It's really awesome. And they're very large, as I may have mentioned. Box number 50 is a coffer of the young moose. That is a cosmetic pet. I should have that here. Let's see, young moose. There we go. Let's put out our cute little moose. I'll close everything else for a second there. I'm standing in it. So there's the young moose here. Let's run along and have our moose chasing us. So this is the cosmetic pet that you get from box number 50. Ain't he cute? Hello, young moose. Okay, so let's keep moving along there. And then what else we got? So that was 50, and then 75 was a coffer of the young tusk of the frost tusk youngling. They really went for the tongue twister on that one. So the frost tusk youngling, blah, 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 looks like this guy. So that's your other one. So these are the 2 cosmetic pets that are on this current reward track this quarter. It runs for about 3 months, by the way, the reward tracks do, if you were trying to track that. And then lastly is the coffer of the red painted skeleton mount. My goodness, I'm guessing that was my tusk. We're gonna swap him out for a cat. That was a bit much, wasn't it? Yowza. All right, so there we go. Young Island, cute. All right, so let's see. Loftshire is not lost, so glad to have you here. Aaron Bard is here. Hello. Oh, Loftshire, you're working last week, so you missed some of the show. Well, I do put it up on YouTube every week, so you can catch up if there was something that we went over. We actually ended up spending like an hour talking about legendary items and explaining some of the bits and bobs about that. Ooh, thank you, Affodil. Affodil is showing off the red skeleton pony. If you are curious what that looks like, here I can remove some of my. No, I can't. Let me think. There we go. I can remove some of my UI elements. You can take a look there. So yes, so that's the red skeleton pony. But you have to get all the way to box 100, and that is what we finally got to yesterday over on Laurelin. Or day before. Anyway, it's been recent. So pretty excited about that. And we definitely got to that here on Treebeard because we kind of grind a little bit more on Treebeard. Aaron Bird was asking, is the personal light toggleable? And yes, it is. And I think you said something like, aha, I see it now, or something like that. Oh no, Emma Calder said I would have to uninstall something else huge and reinstall Lotro. Yikes. Well, that's true. You do have until they start maintenance tomorrow, as B4 points out. So, um, yeah, so you probably want to get it done before they go into maintenance tomorrow morning. Um, oh, Emma Calder got that horse years ago, so the ride isn't a loss for you. Yeah, I have not spent the Lotro points, I think it is, because you can, I think, buy it in the Lotro points store, but I have not done so. So, getting it for free was nice for me. So, Lost Shire, rewatched the show on here yesterday in preparation. Oh, that's awesome. So yes, we finished up over on Laurelin, I believe. So it's a bit blurry. I know I finished mine. The thing I'm not sure about is if Affodil's track is on box 100 or through box 100. Oh, okay. So we still need to go back to Laurelin today, tonight, and finish off some of that. Oh, maybe we should do some of that during the stream. Get you a little further. All right. Macaulay says that horse was from a previous festival, but are you sure you're not thinking about the white painted horse? Because that one you can get from the the skeleton painted pony that has the white on it. That's the one you can earn. Yeah, that one in the if you get it out of the box in the Haunted Burrow. But the red one you cannot. The red one is only available through the Lotro store or right now through the reward track, which is kind of cool. There's also a green one which you can buy through the Lotro store, so that's kind of fun. So, oh, awesome. Well, got it during an autumn festival one year. That's awesome. Well, good for you. I know that, yeah, some things in the past aren't around. And there's also, I know you can buy like some of the mounts with the mithril coins at the festivals from the festival barterer, from the mount barterer. But I haven't bought all of them. I'm trying to not like just do that. Okay, let's see. The other thing that I know about is the Hobbit gifts. You still get a silver one every day, so they haven't changed that. And if you are a subscriber, you get a gold one, and that resets every Thursday. So anytime after Thursday up to the next Thursday, you can claim that. So I have a silver present waiting for me here from today. They were the Yule presents, and they left it that way until like last week. So they finally decided that Yule present time is over, which is probably good for my inventory because I think I've just been shoving them in here, and I have a bunch of these. Well, I have 4 there, and another one there. We'll just throw that in here. And those are mission rewards, so not those. But yeah, I ended up with quite a few things. So I'm okay with like us moving on from Yule and preparing for the next festival. It was fine. Okay, so I had hoped that we could go and figure out where we are with Bingo Boffin, because we've been following the adventures of Bingo Boffin. Let's remove all that. And the Ballad of Bingo Boffin. So we were... Oh, Aaron Bard is asking, where do you toggle that personal light? It's Alt F10. And it should go through a series of like bright, super bright, and off, or super bright, bright, and then off, which I'm not sure the order. It's looking kind of the same in here. I can't quite tell. But it's Alt F10. That looks like super bright. That's less bright. And then off. Yep. So that's where it is. So it's Alt F10. So Alt. Oh, before. I was also going to type it in the chat before beat me to it. Oh, I forgot to actually click on my present. What'd I get? A Tome of Defense. All right. And you also get a Virtue Experience Potion pot. So that's nice. So let me throw that in my shared storage because I'm setting those aside for my my Rune Keeper, Sylphie. She's kind of my next in line for getting all my Virtue Experience here on Treebeard. And then this is a combat sort of thing, so we'll stick that there. I got all this junk, we'll deal with that later. Okay. Yeah, I think that's good. Oh, Let's see. B4 points out that in general, your personal light only works at night or indoors, and Moria does count as indoors. So that's why a lot of us end up using it. Most is in Moria, but it is only personal to you. So like Affodil has their light on now, and I can look over at the computer and see Affodil's light is on or whatever. But you'll notice on my screen we can't tell. So it only affects you, and you have benefit from it, but people around you don't. Now, if you have a torch like this, everybody does get benefit from that. As you run around with that, it does actually light up the area, whether it's day or night, it doesn't matter. So that's kind of fun. So like sometimes we'll be out doing Hobbity things, and here I'll turn my torch off. So you can see there's the light still following Affodil around. So that's really handy. You know, if you have a whole pack of hobbits out wandering in the woods, it's nice to have a few people with torches. But yes, torches are, as you may notice, handheld, and if you get into any sort of combat, you'll drop it immediately. So it's not as useful as the personal light for you personally. Okay. Oh, interesting. Aaron Bright said there's a way to be mounted and have your torch, but you haven't figured it out yet. I don't know. What if I'm carrying a torch? Can I get mounted? Apparently not. Mount says no. All right. What if I get rid of my torch? I know, right? Now we're testing it. Like, okay, what if I get on my mount and click my torch? Nope. It says no. Not allowed while mounted. I don't know. Oh, you have to time it as you mount. Oh, interesting. Ho ho! Affodil's clever. Yep, look at that. Boom. And I can see you've got your induction bar there. That's fun. So you did it as you were mounting? Just at the very end as you were mounting. Nice. Oh, right before it grays out, probably. Because I don't know if you noticed, but my little torch button over on the side, it grayed out as I mounted. So watch as I go to my mount. See, it's there, and it grays out as I'm mounting up. So, by the way, I'm on a terrible mount. What are we doing here even? Let me get back on my elk. All right, so now I try it. Oh, nice. Wait, yes, it worked. I just have to be careful not to like burn their horns. I'm sure these mounts love the fact that we're riding with fire, you know. I wonder if it sticks with me if I transition. Hey, so let me take us to somewhere. Like, where am I taking us to? Well, we're going to go to Cliving. I don't know. Maybe it'll let me. Let's find out. Okay. Let's see. I'll do snowboard. Yeah. I think it's not going to let me do that because, yeah, it's an induction. Let's see if I get it. All right. That's true. I'll abandon my torch. And then I will try to take us to snowboard. Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, and then I moved. Maybe I got rid of it. Yeah. Oh, that would have been really interesting that it did work. I didn't actually stand still long enough to try it. And let's see what happens. Oh, it went away. That was funny, though. Here, try it with it? Okay, here we go again. And okay, so now I have it. And now what are you thinking? Go ahead and bring it back here. Oh, take us somewhere? Okay. All right, so we'll just snowboard again. Is that where we need to go? I'm not even sure. Or is 4-law better? Okay. Yeah, I see induction. Dame Hypatia asks, says there are mounts with lamps. Do those lamps work or are they purely decorative? It probably depends on the one. Oh, funny. Okay, so apparently over on V4's computer, he was able to see that the induction bar filled up for me giving the travel, and then it just disappeared at the end. Let me think. So there's a mount that's the Rivendell one. I know I have that one, the Steed of Rivendell, and it has like this lamp right here on the back. Let me see if I can zoom in enough so you can see it. So on the back right here is this lamp, but I don't know how much actual light it gives off. Now, when you run, it kind of leaves like a little trail behind me. I don't know if you can see it. There's like a little wisp of a trail that's flying behind me. But I don't know if I would say it's giving off a lot of light. I don't think it gives off much light. I don't know. Does anybody else know of any other good mounts that might give off more light?
Our mission is dire.
And in the meantime, I'm going to ride over to Cliving. Well, think about it. I think they're mostly decorative. Like, I think they give off a teeny bit of light, but it's more like an effect than like for vision. You know what I mean? The Autumn Horse. Let's take a look. Erenbard thinks maybe the Autumn Horse. Is it called Autumn? Do you know? Steed of the Autumn Traveler? Nope. 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 Oh, the Harbinger of Autumn Night. It does have a lamp on top. I don't have that mount though. Next Harvest Mask we could find out, because I could buy it for Mithril coins then. Where you been? Oh, let's see. Okay, so you're on one of the Moria goats. Yeah. And you've got a little lamp. But I don't see any extra light on the ground there around you. I wouldn't say that it's extra light about you. No, it looks about the same. I don't think so. I think it just is like slightly decorative. But yeah, I'm not seeing extra light happening. I think it's a skull on a stick. So I don't think that's a lamp. Unless we like light it on fire. Okay, yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think something like that, it looks like it provides light, but it's not. Notice there's no light around on the floor, on the ground. So I don't think it's providing any additional light. I think it's just looks cute in the air. Yeah, sorry, I keep clicking on those doors. Or hovering. That does look cool, though. I like that one. Yeah, Affodil's kind of rolling through all the ones. See, notice the difference there, holding the torch. More of a position light to show where someone is. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. Like, if we were in Moria and she was riding with that mount, that might help me see her better. I don't know. Keep using that mount and let's see when if we get into some dark. Although we're at Fordon, I guess it's not going to get any darker. But keep using that mount and we'll see if we're in somewhere dark, that if I can keep track of you better that way. Awesome. All right. Let's see. When we left off, we were chasing Bingo around, and why did he want to come to Cliving? Let's look at the. Okay, so I have the quest, and it's called the Tracker. And it tells me what I need to do, but I want to know why. Why am I here? So I'm going to click on Show History down at the bottom. Oh, Erenbard's going to take off because he doesn't want any Bingo Boffin spoilers. All right, well, come back in a little while because I think we may end up over on Laurelin doing some missions and stuff in order to get Before's character caught up to through box 100. So Affodil over on Laurelin will have also the red skeleton pony. So yeah, so we'll do some Bingo and then we'll swap over there. We can't do Bingo too much further because he's only as high as our level is on the server. So yeah, okay, cool. We'll see you in a bit. All right, Erenbard. Okay, so let's see. Oh right, so Bingo finally said yes to a pony. And so they're getting along, but then Will and Whisker wasn't sure about Tanglemane. And so they're working on how to get along. And then, let's see, Bingo wants to travel to the town of Cliving. As you defeat enemies of the wold, we did the enemies of Rohan in the wold, we did that. And he wants to walk to the mead hall of Cliving and learn the situation for adventurers in the Norcross. I guess, like, how is it? Is it scary? Is it good? I think that's what it was. Okay, so we are to, find our way over to the mead hall here in Cliving. Yeah, I'm definitely seeing a personal light around you, though. Are you holding a torch still?
Yep.
Okay, because you have a torch. So that's why we're seeing a light around Affodil there. That's cute. It's an effect. It's an effective effect. Haha. So now, is Bingo in the mead hall, or is he out here? He's out here. Hey, he has caught sight of a familiar face outside the mead hall. Oh, names aren't yet on. It's Eggwolf.
I did not expect to see
All
you
right,
again so
she
soon.
says, I did not expect to see well, she says two, but let's just say group, because we have pets and everything here, so a group of you again. But the trail I followed has returned to Cliving. My errand in Standgard was brief. Oh, right, we met her at the bridge, and she was like, yeah, you really need a horse. Anyway, she had an errand in Standgard, and she's trying to track somebody down. All right, so the men there in Standgard will remain alert for my prey, but there are so few good men in Standgard, I do not know, excuse me, if I should trust any net they might weave. The reason I was late, because I fell asleep. I laid down for a minute, and then I closed my eyes and fell asleep. So I'm still kind of waking up. Sorry, y'all. I went and got some strong tea to help try and like open my eyes a little bit. Hello. It's a Bengal spice, so it's got like cinnamon and probably cloves and all sorts of fun stuff. I wish I had smell-o-vision and you guys could all check this out because it's pretty tasty. So yeah, so I'm drinking some nice strong herbal tea to kind of help wake me up a little bit. It's like, I don't know if you ever remember Celestial Seasonings had Morning Thunder. I don't know if they still have that. They probably do. But it was like a, hello, wake you up kind of tea. This is along that line. It's also a Celestial Seasonings tea, actually, which cracks me up that we can get that here in Europe because I grew up in Colorado where Celestial Seasonings is and then it began. So it was like, it was a big deal then. So it's just kind of funny that I'm out here and I'm drinking it again. Anyway, okay. So she says there are forces at work in Rohan that seek to bring the kingdom low. It is with greatest shame that I tell you that not all of these evils come from without the borders. Some of the greatest evil is worked by men and women of Rohan. A cult calling itself the Blood Eye has allied itself with the orcs of the Black Land. I believe there are 3 agents of the Black Eye active in Rohan, and I've tracked 2 of them here to Cliving. So will you help me find them? You will know them by the brooches or necklaces that they wear. Each one bears a red gem prominently displayed. And we ran into somebody who had a brooch with a red gem over in West Rohan when we were, first it was in the capital in Edras, and then we tracked them from there to the north. So this is up to Stoke, you think? Okay. So this appears to be in parallel, following that storyline also. Okay, so she asks us if we can help, and yes, we'll know them by the brooches, red gem prominently displayed. They're certain to be hidden in out-of-the-way corners of the city, away from prying eyes. If this is too dangerous for your friend Bingo, I understand, but I would welcome your aid, she says. Okay, yeah, Loshire says in Stoke, capital of the Broadacres. So yeah, so here I'll show on the map in case people don't have this in their heads. Okay, so we're here in Cliving, and which is here, and Stoke and all of that are over in this area. So we're not, it's like the other side of Rohan from where we are. Oh, Broadacres. Sorry, up in the Broadacres, as you just mentioned. But we first saw them in Edoras and then went north from there to Broadacres to track them. So yeah, so we're definitely in the same region, yeah, we've seen one of these people before. We'll keep tracking. The Blood Eye. That sounds dangerous. He shivers and then clenches his fists together. But I am not afraid. If we can help Eggwolf apprehend these villains, we should do what we can. I will keep an eye out for them here in Cliving, and you should do the same. All right. So we gotta search around and look for signs for the agents of the Blood Eye. Now, the funny thing is, the first time I did this quest, I was lost on what to do. Like, there's no ring on the map, there's no arrow, there's nothing to help you out. And I think this sat in my quest log for months because I could not figure out what to do. Thankfully, the wiki exists and points you over here because there's a brooch with a red gem that has been left on an out-of-the-way log. So they just like dropped it and ran.
I just went to the corner and...
And look, there it is, sitting on the log. Well, let's take a look at it. So we've picked up. Now we're the bad guy. All right, now we're going to go bring this over to Eggwolf and tell her what we know. Maybe that guy's kicking a log because he's like, oh man, that dude got away. The Blood Eye people were here and I lost track of them. Oh, maybe it was, yes, the log was the traitor all along. That's why he's kicking the log. He's like, that log was a traitor. Are you a traitor? Speak. So she says, did you and Bingo find any signs of the agents of the Blood Eye? And you hand her the brooch you discovered and tell her that it reminds you of the Rothstone, a similar piece of jewelry that you've encountered in your travels. She says, I do not know where the cult of the Blood Eye finds these treasures, but they prize red gems above all others and look for them exclusively. Still, I have found that the men who bear these brooches are not unwilling to leave them behind when they are near capture. Without these identifiers, they become nearly invisible to my pursuit, but it's not a complete loss. They use these gems of proof to their allegiance, and without such proof, what orc will be willing to trust who they are and that they are who they claim to be? So it's a, double-edged sword for them there. So one of the men I followed has been effectively declawed. As for the other, his trail has gone cold. I would ask for your help and Bingo's if you continue to offer it. Sure. Well, what do you think, Bingo? He says, I do not like the sound of this Blood Eye group, especially if its members are in league with orcs. Who would wish to ally themselves with such terrible creatures? I know that I would not for anything. He says, I don't know if I can be much help to Eggwolf in this. After all, she is a skilled tracker and has followed these agents of the Blood Eye for what sounds like a long time. But we are adventurers, and if we can help her with her task, we definitely should do so. It's a pity the trail has gone cold. Do you think she'll pick it up again? If so, it may make for an exciting chapter in my account of our journey. So that is the end of that week's adventure. So next week you would come back for a cold trail. So we finished the tracker.
I am ready
hey, look,
to help
it's next week.
once again. If you are.
Ta-da! So a cold trail begins with, I am ready to help Eggwolf find the other member of the cult of the Blood Eye, if you are ready as well. She said the trail has gone cold, but perhaps she has found some clue that will steer us in the right direction. Arthur says, Loshire says, hate to interrupt, but that sky. I know, right? The dawns in this, hi, Guard. The dawns in this game are just fantastic. I think you can actually get this look, or I think it's kind of like this, where it's a mix. I think you can get that look for your house if you have a premium house. You can have the sky look like that, because I think I did that at one of my Rohan houses, because I thought that was pretty cool. I can't remember which one it was, though, the name of the thing. So yeah. So anyway, so Egg Arthur then says, every time I see Broadacres, I think of the field song. Broadacres is the place to be. Farm living is the life for me. And the last line would be, keep me in a Stirith, just give me that countryside. That's awesome. That would be great for in the game.
Begin
for all
your
the music
search
stuff.
on the path that leads
Oh
from
my
the
gosh, we ran
Norcross
across some
to Wildemort.
social media posts the other day that were like just wrong, right? Like song lyrics that were wrong, but I was like, those are so funny. So I've set them aside so I can maybe flesh out some lyrics based around those for some things like, oh yes, Footloose. And the idea is this person clearly doesn't know the lyrics to Footloose, and they're like, Footloose, pet goose, picked a fight with a moose, cheese, stiff breeze, watch out, there are 10 bees. Actually, I was thinking about the tree one. I probably will do something about the tree. It's, I see trees of green trees there too. I see the trees and they're green. And I think to myself, I am lost in these woods. I'm like, I may have to do some stuff with that. I think those are funny. So yes, I may come back to that at some point. Anyway, okay, so Eggwolf, we've told her that we're going to try to help her out as best as we can. And she says, I'm pleased the group of you, will help me in finding this missing agent of the Blood Eye. He would sell the kingdom to its enemies given the chance, and he must pay for his treason. She said, I scouted ahead and found his trail heading west. I believe that he's making for the heights of Wildemort. You would do well to begin your search at the sloping path that leads from the Norcrofts into Wildemort. One more thing. She says, the air is heavy with some sorcery. I felt the chill in my bones as I approached. There's something unusual afoot in Wildermore. And that is very true, because there was that big creature that, well, I won't say much more, but yes.
Let us hurry to Wildermore and put an end to his villainy.
There was a big spoiler in Wildermore. Yep. So Bingo Boffin says, the Blood-Eye cultist will not be able to evade us for long. Let us hurry to Wildermore and put an end to his villainy. All right, so we got to go search Wildermore. And I think I have a way to get us to Wildermore. To Forlaw, right?
Well, we need to. I mean, it says search Wildermore, but I thought the quest text said, yeah, right along the road.
It does say right along the road, so we could go back out. Okay, we're going to go to... Oh, that's where we just were.
Do you bring provisions?
Somewhere, but you just went out of Cliving and you get to
Oh.
the path that goes up to the
Oh, apparently we're supposed to go back to Cliving. Oh, I can take us there, right? No, I can't.
Take us to Snowburn.
My hunter travel, I was too eager, apparently. We were supposed to just ride out from where we were instead of like going to where we were told to go. I went to where I was told to go. Maybe that's why I never found this stuff last time. All right, we're going to go to Cliving, and then we'll ride out from Cliving. I thought it was really far from Cliving, though. All right, we'll give it a try. So, here we're at Cliving. Oh, should we dismount? Yeah, let me get off my high horse. Okay, so we've got to head from Cliving to Wildermore. And Cliving is here. And where's Wildermore?
See that path?
Nope. Oh, this path here is going to take us to Wildermore. Oh, right, there it says to Wildermore. I just zoomed out and I didn't see it. Hey, there's a warband. We can do it or not, I don't care. Okay, we're just gonna ignore that. We're gonna drop that. So I'm going to cancel that quest because we're not gonna go chase down that way. Okay, so here's the western gate of Cliving that we didn't come out. We came out the other way, and we'll keep riding along because here's this twisty, turny trail that's gonna not that way. That's not, but this is over here. Oh, hey, there's Bingo. He's not in Wildermore. What's he doing way out here?
I overheard.
He says, I think the missing cultist
They
came
let
this
our
way.
missing
I heard
man
some of those
pass
orcs
into
talking, and they were
Wildermore."
talking about a man with a red gem. How does he know orc speech? That's a whole separate question, isn't it? They said they'd let him climb the road up into Wildermore. Oh. Maybe they were talking with the man? I don't know. They said
Also speak common.
maybe they were speaking. Well, why would orcs be speaking common to each other instead of speaking common with a person? Anyway, yes, Sneaky says hiya, hiya, Sneakies. I'm off on a tangent. Anyway, I'll rein myself back in here. He says, Bingo says, they did not sound happy about it, and one of the orcs said that they should have taken him prisoner instead and made a meal out of him. See, I think they would be talking orcish at this point, but anyway. What a terrible thought. I suppose they must be allies if they let him pass, but I do not think I would work with anyone I needed to worry about around dinner time. Oh, I see. Okay, so before thanks, maybe the orcs some of them were from Isengard and some of them from Moria, and their dialects were too far from each other, so they were talking in common, which Bingo would understand. Because otherwise, I'm like, why would Bingo understand what the orcs are saying if they're speaking in orc speech? Like, come on. Yeah, like someone from Friesland and someone from Maastricht trying to talk. Okay, that's fair. They might pick a common dialect. All right. I suppose I could go with that. So, Lawshire says, I got the Wildermore Sky for your Hobbit premium home. Nice. You also have Enedwaith and Aragon. Nice. I know there's some really beautiful skies. Here, after we get rid of this Uruk. I said after we get rid of this Uruk. Hello, go away. We'll take a look at the sky again. Because that's very pretty out there, isn't it? Yeah. That's lovely. Here, we'll get rid of the UI elements. There you go. That's some lovely Lotro moments, isn't it? It looks even better on my screen because I don't have my box of my picture and stuff on here. All right. Anyway, we can continue on. Oh, there's more bad guys. We can. I don't know why I mounted up. I guess I could try and hit them with my war mount, but I don't think they would be as effective anyway. Yeah, it's more effective to just shoot them. Let's see if I can get a group here. No, only got one of them. They're too far away from each other. That's too bad. Couldn't use my AoE on them. That was my thought. Affodil, you wanted a group? All right, we can make that happen. Yeah, but I already used my AoE. That's all right. Just use my other AoEs. Wait. I have like 2. One is the Rain of Arrows, and then the other one is it's called Dazing Blow, where you do a pair of attacks. But it hits multiple players or multiple bad guys if they're there. All right. We left a bad guy behind there. Is that okay? Okay. Okay, we're gonna see if writing to 4 law helps us find what we're doing. Oh, there's another bad guy. We might be able to just avoid them. Yeah, awesome. So, Lost Shy Hobbit, which premium home did you get? I assume it's Lindleby. Which Lindleby house did you get? I can't remember if you told me or not. I can't remember which houses I have at the moment, so, you know. Like I said, I just kind of woke up. Yeah. Oh, hey, there's a bingo. Hooray. Oh, nope, that's not bingo. That's somebody else. Who are you? What do you want? Oh, he says, you're looking for a man with a red brooch. I saw him. Indeed, I did. He jumped out from behind this rock and knocked me down. Before I knew what was happening, he stole my axe and ran to the northeast. What? He says, I'll be fine in a moment. I twisted my ankle when I fell. Otherwise, I would never have let him steal my weapon from me. Go catch him, and quickly. Okay. North and east, he says. All right. I guess we can mount up and pursue our... Oh, northeast. I thought I was going northwest. The other east. That's funny, though, because it's not showing up as like a ring on the map or anything. It's a hunt, yes. Well, I'm not a good hunter. I'm a good hunter, but not a good hunter. I enjoy playing a hunter with the skills that I have, but hunting a human is not one of the skills that I have. It's annoying. All right, so this is Thrym's farm, is it? No.
We did not actually ride along the road the whole way.
Oops, we may have missed a spot.
Or we could have kept going to the east where there's an encampment.
Oh, there's an encampment over here. We're going to go check that out. So I hear. Well, it's still pretty nice riding around here. I know people... I know some people are like, get annoyed at doing the questing and stuff in Rohan, but it's so pretty, and I don't think there's necessarily any other place in the game where you spend so much time in these wide open expanses like this, riding from place to place. Yeah, it's nice, you know? I don't know. It's, when we were getting to the point where we were going to be doing Rohan, I was actually quite excited about it because I like coming out to Rohan. So, yeah. Now we are in the Wildermoor. You can tell that it's like snowing and stuff. Hey, there's a sneering Uruk. He's sneering because it's snowing. He's sneering Uruk. He says, you are a brazen hobbit, aren't you? Not many of your worthless breed would ask such questions. I must have asked him a question. I saw this rat you seek, and he was more cowardly than you, for he turned away from the Fushum Doram even as he approached. He must have thought better of meeting my boys and me, because he turned and fled to the west at the first sight of us. You should have done the same. And why would you think that? Now you will die. First, I'm going to knock you down so you can be alright. Bye. Sneakies asks no war steeds. We're just tootling around. Oh, he's still sneering. What? I didn't know if maybe it didn't count for me or something the first time. Oh, okay. It was a clue. He's a clue. Let's see. Let me see if he comes back. Oh, yep, he's back again. Okay. I guess you could just defeat him over and over again if you have like an Uruk defeating desire. Okay, so he... oh, you know, I think this is the one where I got stuck on it for a month because it was really hard to figure out where I was supposed to go. Oh, and he said... Oh, that just says somewhere within Wildemore. Go west. He said go west. So he's got an axe, and he had an axe to grind with the Uruk there. And then he ran off. Okay. So Loshire Hobbit says, I'm one of those where if I can use my war steed, I will. Well, also we're carefully tracking, so I don't know how carefully I can track from the top of a war steed. But we could switch. I don't know. Do you know if we have a ways to go or not?
There you go. 10 seconds.
Oh, it's apparently we haven't got far. We're almost to our next potential destination, which looks to be, where are we? Oh, hey, it's
Orlaw was listed there.
Forlaw. Maybe he's in Forlaw. Bingo, are you here somewhere? I see a ring. Oh, I see a bunch of rings. Because it's the Forlaw people. Yay, there's Bingo. Oh, he's got his cute little hood on. I love it. It's Bingo when he goes out into the cold. He's so cute.
Some people here saw a man
So he
with a
says,
red
I've been
gem
speaking with the
visit the
people of
barber in
Forlaw as a
town."
true solver of mysteries would do, and it seems that some people saw a man with a red gem visit the barber in town. Did he try to change his appearance? We have to know for sure. All right, so we're going to go try and find the barber, which, let's see, I see a symbol there for the bard, and that, Affodil seems to know where the barber is. Awesome. Oh, hey, because there's this like symbol on this sign here that could indicate barber. So maybe we'll go in and take a look. So, Sneaky says, I always use mine too. I've gone up Mount Doom on a war steed. That's funny. I've tried going up, what's the one really close in all of a sudden? Weathertop. I've tried going up Weathertop on a war steed. It doesn't go well. Okay, let's talk to the barber. Look, she's even got her barber knife in her hand. That's fun. Okay, she says, yes, I saw this man you seek. He was just here and very ill of temper. I did not like the look of him, and I liked his coins even less. They seemed to be the sort used by orcs and evil men, and I wanted nothing to do with them. I thought he would strike me when I refused to modify his appearance, but instead he snarled curses at me and stormed out. I would not repeat those foul words, but one sounded more like a place than an insult. Kadar Gulnak, he said. Take this name with you if you find it useful, and beware of this man you seek. I feel certain he would be very dangerous if pressed into a corner. Okay. So, let's go see if we can figure out this place name. Yeah, before it says war steed plus Weathertop is a good way to find yourself flying through the air. Well, maybe you want to be flying through the air. You know, that could be kind of fun. All right, well, it still says search Wildemore for the missing agent of Blood-Eye. I think that's what it was. I think this series of quests threw me off because there doesn't seem to be like, you don't seem to be making progress as you're making progress. It doesn't tell you give you any new information. Oh, and then we also got a war steed, which I'm going to drop that. So cancel, yes. Lovaz. I'm waiting to see if before is going to like. Okay, so There's a skull fig here. And before I was pointing out that this little spot here, if you hover over it, not this one over here, that's Therm Redbeard's camp, but this one here is Kadar Gulnak, that name that was mentioned. And that's right by Skullfig. So can we take the stable master to Skullfig? If so, we probably will do that.
Hail, traveler.
That'll help us get
Are
there a
you
little
here to
faster.
help
Let's
us?
do it. Awesome. Oh, how interesting. It runs us through a different part of town. I'm used to it taking us the other way. Yeah, but we end up here. So. Hello. Now this is the place where the big ice giant came through, and man, look at that. It is not looking good here. Things are pretty darn cold in Skullfig. Oh, but apparently we want to go out of town to that place on the map. So let me get out of town. And I think it's to the north, is it? Oh, but it's out that way. Yeah, okay. It's kind of, yeah, I don't know. It's like up there, I think. Okay, so Affodil is going to give this way a try. Yeah? All right, I'll follow you that way. Cool. Okay, so yeah, so we've still got the little purple lamp on the horse there. I don't know, it kind of helps see like through the trees and stuff a little bit. Yeah, I think so. I think that's helping us keep track of you a little bit. But only because I know it's there and I know to look for it, so that, you know, there is that. I don't know. It's cute though. Okay, we have found the name of that place that was mentioned. We found some orcs that live here too. See if we can dispatch them. So we don't need to be having a conversation with them. We're not interested in them. But we're searching. Aha! There's another sneering Uruk guarding some nice skarn. Hey, sneering. He says, I saw this man. He tried to buy the loyalty of my boys with a sack of dirty coins, but we refused. We might both serve the Blood Eye, but I know if our spots were reversed, that maggot would not give us a second look. Let him die on his own in the high knolls. He will have none of our protection. It may be that I will find his sack of coins and take it back from his corpse with no effort on my part. That would be a lark. Enough questions. Now you pay for them. Oh, whoops, that might start another combat. Already in use. All right. Oh, it didn't. Okay, that's cool. All right, shall we go to High Knolls then? Because he said I would not. Yeah, he said he thought he went to the High Knolls. So let's head that way. So that I don't mind if I can remember what they said, but I like it when it's in the quest. Because right now it's still at Search Wildemore for the missing agent of the Blood Eye. And it doesn't tell you what the guy before you just said. And I wish that was like, you know, there. Oh, maybe that's why the quest rings are still there before I was thinking, because you can go back and talk to them again if you've forgotten. So, but you'd have to remember that you need to go back and talk to that same person again. It's like, ah. Yes. Yeah, A. Arthur says, war steeds are good if you want to get somewhere quickly, like scaling the Beacon of Eowyrth or the daily. Really? How in the world would you scale the Beacon of Eowyrth on a war mount? If there was a mountain nearby that you could get up on top of and the beacon was here, you might be able to, like, you know, float your way over. That would be pretty hilarious. So we spent a lot of time running around in Wildemore and doing quests and things for the survivors of Wildemore. So we have been to the High Knolls quite a few times, looking at the rocks and talking to people and stuff. So I'm thinking we're heading probably, that says Steeping, that says Ginsburg, that says Ornald. So, Well, hey, we found Eglyph. What do you know? She says these tracks are clear and they do not go into Viator. No, I believe the man we are tracking through Wildemore would give that city a wide berth. For whatever reason, he is not eager to cross paths with orcs or uruks if he can avoid it. The tracks continue to the west and do not go into the city. Okay. All right. So west, she says. All right. Well, let's go west. Sneaky says, I haven't been on Treebeard in a while. Well, it's still here. We're still here. Yeah, I don't know that much has changed. Like we're up to cap level of 95 now. And you know what? So last year when the Lotro schedule was posted, I took all the things out of it that I thought were useful to me, and I made a list and I put it in my bio. But I haven't done that this year yet because it was a lot of work, and I'm not sure if I feel as inspired to do that. But you know, so but I do want the information on when Treebeard goes up again. So I may end up having to go back and grab that because that was really useful information. Oh, hey, we have a disturbed snow pile. Oh, is that from a different quest or is that this quest? Let's. Oh, good. How disturbed is it? It was disturbed by someone moving forcefully and carelessly. Oh, I've already looked at that snow pile. Oh. I don't know that we have to look at each one of them, but I think we can follow them. Yeah, it was still disturbed by someone moving forcefully and carelessly. Okay, so we're gonna follow this careless person and their snow piles. Let's see, what we got? Oops, I got a grim, sorry. Hunter got a hunt, shooting rando things. All right, I've lost track of snow piles. Where's our next snow pile? Is it up the hill? Oh, there's one, yep. And one after that, cool. And one after that. Oh, yep, I see more. Cool. Here's one. And hey, I think I see a figure. You have found the missing cultist. Wildemore proved his undoing. This member of the cult of the Blood Eye saw his fortunes turn sour in the snowy heights of Wildemore, and the cruel sorceries at play in that region proved his undoing. This man will work no more evils, but the Blood Eye has others to work its will. Even in death, the cultist reaches for the brooch of the Blood Eye laying next to him in the snow. You wonder if the man believed his actions had been worthwhile in the end, but the only certainty is that he will not be able to tell you the answer. Because in Lotro, there's no necromancy. So you pick up the brooch and marvel at its similarity to the Rothstone. And there's our dead person. So, all right. Yes, Affodil tried to res him. No luck. He's probably, yes, he's dead, Jim. This is Lost Shire. Must be AFK. That's funny. Anyway, so yes, on Treebeard. Yeah, right? That's awesome. Oh, we have a ring over this way, though. Ew, watch out. Hopefully it's the right ring.
That might be the cave.
Oh, whoops, that might be the cave. That's fair. Is that the Nona cave? Wait, it says interior quest location. Yeah, bring the Blood Eye brooch to Eggwolf in the town of Forla. Oh, did you fall down? Well, I can take us to Forla, I think. If you want to be near me. Are you close enough to me? Probably not. I'll jump down on top of your head. Almost made it. Let's see, Forla. Let's go to Forla. Or 3 of them. So, yeah, so where are we in Treebeard? We finished Wildemore, and we are out in Rohan, but we're over in Western Rohan now, doing stuff. Are we Helm's Deep? No, we're in Westfold, I think? No. I kind of lost track. We've been questing.
So we were sent to the stone.
Oh, yeah, because we were going back and forth and doing a whole bunch of stuff. That's what it was. We were helping all the different people with all their different mead halls and stuff. So, all right, so what does she think?
Did you find him?
She says, did you find him? Your expression seems both satisfied and a little unhappy, and I cannot puzzle out its meaning. You recount what you were able to discern concerning the cultist's final moments and hand her the Blood Eye brooch. She nods grimly. You and Bingo did very well to track this man. The group of you. Yeah. He came to a sad end, seemingly disavowed by his allies, his supplies gone, alone in the snow, there to die, but there is no sympathy in my heart for him. He chose his path, as must we all. His was with Mordor, and he was paid in full for that choice. I believe this brings the count of Blood Eye agents to work in Rohan to 2, and I ask you and Bingo to keep your eyes open for them. One of them is without his brooch, so keep your wits about you. Farewell for now, and if I see you again, may it be in a time of peace for Rohan. Okay, sure. Well, Bingo of the Snow, what do you think? He wears a philosophic expression. That Blood-Eye cultist should not have gone off by himself. I think if he had friends with him, things might have not have gone that way for him. The orcs were never his friends. They might be working for the same dark purpose, but they were not friends. It wasn't the cold of Wildemore that got to him, it was the cold in his heart. He is silent for a moment, and then shakes his head. Or maybe it was just the cold after all. It is so cold here, and I am exhausted. He took us on quite a journey through Wildemore, and my feet hurt. I am glad we saw the mystery, but I'll be gladder still when our adventures take us to warmer climes. So after we finish this quest, Bert Bartleby will arrive here by the stable master, and next week we have a new quest, Bert Has a Word. So we will finish A Cold Trail. It's next week.
It is time to leave this snowy land
Don't you love time
behind us.
travel? Bert Has a Word. Bingo says, I think it's time to leave the snowy land behind us. I will be glad to do so, for it has put quite a chill in my bones. Brrr. He shivers dramatically and suddenly cries out in surprise. Oh, I just remembered something I was supposed to tell you, but this cold weather drove it completely from my mind. He's being all butterburish about him. My very thoughts must be frozen after all. Yeah. You know that unusual man who has been turning up everywhere on this journey of ours? Yes, Bert Bartleby. That is the very fellow. Well, he asked me to send you to see him about a small matter, but I forgot to pass on the message. You'd better go to him at once if it isn't too late. He's just to the south by the stables. All right, well, let's go have a word with Bert. Oh, he's in the trees. How funny. Let's see. Sneaky says, I recently found out something interesting about the target circle. The runes that are inside the target circle say that the one that is chosen. Really? I hadn't noticed that. The runes always appear on the back side of the NPC or mob selected when not in combat. Makes it easier for those using positional damage, mainly burglars, to figure out where to strike on an amorphous creature like a Grim. Once the target enters combat, it'll show the red reticule with text around the front of the mob. That's handy. That's pretty cool. I thought you were talking about the res circles. Totally different thing. Oh, okay, yeah, like if, hang on here, I'll do a thing. So if I target Affodil, so these are the runes that you're talking about then. So I would know that I could sneak up behind her here, because the runes are like here. And then the open spot is where she's facing forward. Yeah, okay. And Bert, yep, so like that. Oh wow, I can even target old rattlepacks. That's fun. I wouldn't attack, of course. All right, what does Bert have to say? He says, hello there, my well-traveled friend. I am glad to finally be a part of this journey of yours and Bingo's, and I hope that I will not disappoint. I was quite an adventurer in the days of my youth, but those days are well past now. The merchant life suits me rather more than the questing life these days. But you must know what a merchant needs more than anything, surely. A cheerful disposition? Well, yes, that helps. Customers, of course. A sense of humor? Well, that has never failed me, true. I'm just going to tell you. Goods for sale or trade. Without resupplying my stock of items, I would be a poor merchant indeed. My good friend Rattlepax has a bit more room for goods, wouldn't you say? The folk of Forlaw have been murmuring about a lore master that recently came to town. Take this purse of coins and see if you can purchase some scrolls or tomes or potions from this lore master. I heard he was near the west gate of town. Hey, you got a Tanglebane. That was the next thing I was going to do. So I'm going to talk to Bert Bartleby. And the barter items. So every new place he ends up, he has different things for barter. And it's often, there's usually a map involved. There's usually a hat rack, which has one more hat than the previous location. Sometimes you'll get something like this, which is a yard item. So we've got a tub of apples. We have an empty tub of apples because Tanglebane's been eating them. We have a wall decoration that's a shield backed by cross spears and displays the symbol of the wold. But then we also have a cosmetic pet who is the Tome of Tanglemane. So yes, I will absolutely get that one. All right, so let me go into my cosmetic pets. All right, kitty cat. We're gonna switch you out for the time being. And I'm pulling out a Tanglemane. There you are. Yay! Although you've changed yours to Pony Metzgal. I'm leaving mine as Tanglemane because it is actually Tanglemane. Very nice, very nice. Sneaky says, I have the full hat rack at my house, one of my favorite decorations. Did you know you can actually have multiples of the hat racks going? Because I did that. I got like the full hat rack, and then I put it up in my house, but I was like, that is just really full. And kind of, oop, watch your arms, there was a cat there. Oh, never mind. There's no longer a cat there. Anyway, so yeah, I went back and purchased the first one and got like 1 or 2 hats on it and put that there, so it looks like there's room for guests to put their hats on. But so now I have like, what I ended up having is multiple hat racks, and I was like, that is pretty cool. So I didn't realize you could have multiples, you know, at the same time. So I was pretty happy when I discovered that. So Lost Shire says, I traipsed across Middle Earth last night to get 3 of them. Very nice. Yeah, I was very keen on getting all the hat racks at one point. That was a goal of mine also. Okay, so we gotta go talk to this lore master at the West Gate. Let's see, West Gate, that's the other direction. Tanglemane, I love you, but you're too big. I'm going back to a cat. He's a good pony companion, but I prefer riding ponies than having them chasing me around, I think. All right, so I have a theory. It must be bunnies. No, where's he at? There we go. The guard at the gate notices you looking around and calls you over. Hey, guard. He says, how can I help you today, Hunter? You tell the guard that you're seeking a lore master that recently came to Forlaw, and he snorts rudely. Yeah, I've seen him. Bald fellow, big brown beard, simple cloth robe, a stout fellow. He's gone now, and I'm glad for it. He showed me some of his wares, junk mostly, and one of his blasted lizards bit my finger. See, it's still red. I never got an apology either. All right, so Bert, got some bad news for you. It's, what's his name? Oh wait, I went past Bert. Hey, Bert. Hey, Bert. There you are. He says, wait a moment, describe the missing lore master for me once more, will you? You repeat the description you were told by the guard at the West Gate, and he nods with familiarity. I know this man. His name is Humphrey Rumming, and we go back a long way. You see, the Rummings and the Bartlebys were neighbors. Our homes were just a bit out of the way, so weeks would go by and you'd only see a Rumming or a Bartleby. You'd only ever see. As a result, you might say that each family tended to wear on the other's patience. After I retired from the adventuring life, one of the first sales I ever conducted was to Humphrey Rumming. I sold him the key to the tumbled-down ruin of Tollabel on the island of Tilrunin. I wonder if he ever used it. You'll have to find him and keep him out of trouble. The Rummings, and particularly Humphrey, have never been good at staying out of it. That guard watched him leave from the West Gate. I expect he kept moving in that direction then. Find Humphrey somewhere to the west of Forlaw. If there's a settlement in that direction, he's likely to have headed that way. Like a curious moth to a torch at night is Humphrey, and all the Rummings. So there's him with the lizards, and then there's the other one with the bats. And I think they're brothers. I think they're brothers from the same family. Aaron Bard asks, is it safe to come back? I would say no. We're still chasing things, people, stuff, we're still doing things.
Do you bring provisions?
We're gonna go see some refugees about a lizard. He's okay, back in a bit. Okay, we'll see you in a bit. Yes. Oh, man, Humphrey, and what's the other guy's name again? I've just forgotten. I think I put it in the wiki, though, that they are very similar. Because it does seem like they're the same. They could be the same person, but I don't think they are. All right, so before it's going to check the wiki there for me. Okay, so we are looking for, here he is. So this guy, he had lizards back on Tel Runin. He says, aha, you seem to be a fairly impressive adventurer. A hunter, I knew it. I myself am one of the world's greatest lore masters. My name is Humphrey Rumming. You seem somewhat familiar, but since I never forget a face, I will say that it is a pleasure to meet you for the very first time. I have a fondness for small lizards of all types, and I have a skill at nursing such creatures back to health. He is such a goof. He is not this at all. It is a gift I must share with the world. To that end, when I saw a clutch of eggs nestled at the base of a giant pillar of ice, I naturally warmed them up and allowed the little creatures to hatch. Naturally, well, it turns out that these little Fs do not take kindly to people or to wildlife or to plants. I think they may have scared off the people of this village, for no one is here anymore. You'd better do something about those Fs, Hunter. They are among the woods to the west by the base of the mountains, and please call them Fs if you would. That's what all the great lore masters call them. So we're off to defeat frozen Fs, because he doesn't know any better. To the west. Rook. That's the other one. Thank you. So Rook has the Crabane, and this guy has the lizards. But I don't think they're the same person. 'Cause they're both extremely inept, though, and so that's why I think they are related to each other. And so my guess is that they're brothers. I was thinking maybe cousins, so that could be it too. But they're family. I'm gonna wager that they're family of some sort. So now it's possible that like the developers at some point created one and then created the other with the intention of it being the same person, but then gave them different personalities, because maybe he just bonks his head and has a different personality every day. That could be also true. But my guess is that's not the case anymore. So that's one of those kind of like loose ends that it would be cool, like if they ever came back to, oh no, can we not get up here? Maybe if I had a war mount on, if I was on a war mount. Or we could go around, I suppose there's a way to go around. Oh wait, what about that? Hey, here's a frozen eft, also known as a lizard. There we go. Nope, still can't get up that way though. Wonder if we just shoot at them from here, if they'll just come down. I'll try a war seed, see what happens. Oh hey, another one showed up. Oops. Yeah, that didn't work. I'm on a war steed. This might be a bad idea. I thought maybe I could just like, you know, brute force my way up, but I don't think it's working. There should be enough on the ground without needing to go up the hill. Oh, okay. Well, thanks, Lost-Shire Hobbit. Well, I found another one. So maybe they just keep falling down, you know. Oh, this guy. This family, I tell you. Yes, 0 cousin, 0 times removed. Same as cousin. Is a sibling, also a cousin. Do you know there's not really a word for cousin in Dutch, and I find that so weird. There's no generic term like that. Like you can have niece or nephew, which is the same as your cousin. So like in English, I would say my my parents, if they have a sibling and their sibling has kids, me and those kids are cousins, right? But in Dutch, there's no such thing. You would call them a niece or a nephew, and so there's no like gender neutral terms. So you can't be like, you know, or you can't say cousins. if you have multiples, you'd have to say my nieces and nephews, even if you meant the people that are like the same generation as you. It's weird. I don't know. All right, we have all the peeps we need. Oh, and that's a war steed. I don't want that. Cosine. Hi, sweetie. Oh, maybe they're stealing a word from Belgium and bringing it over. Nice. Oh yeah, the producer's letter is out. That came out a couple weeks ago, month ago? No, maybe not a month ago. Anyway, information about the upcoming year and the Lotro team, the plans. So that's kind of cool. I'm sorry, I'm staring at a cat. She's looking at me with interest. Nope, she can lay down over there. Okay. Well, you're welcome to come lay down on my lap if you want to, babe. But she seems mostly interested in just hanging out over there on the poof. It's a footstool. We call it a poof. It's very poof-like, you know. All right, Rumming. The inept.
Thank you for that.
He says, thank you for taking care of some of those Fs. That may help encourage the people to return to the village. Either that or the remaining Fs may move in. Wouldn't that be something? So what brought you out here anyway? You tell him that Bert Bartleby sent you with some coin purse to find him and purchase some scrolls, tomes, or potions. Mr. Bartleby, well, imagine that. His family and mine were neighbors, you know. There was always such a racket coming from the Bartleby house. Growing up with 14 boys will do that. How are Bert and his many, many brothers anyway? I will take this purse from you and give you these sundries. I am certain Bert will find something among them to his liking. I doubt it. Yeah, bring the various sundries to Bert Bartleby in for law. We're just going to port ourselves right there. What's the freebie? I can't remember what it is. Let's find out. Freebie. It is a tome of 100% mark acquisition that lasts for 6 hours. All right, Bert. You're not going to be surprised, but
Well,
we'll just wait on.
very typical of
You
a
found Humphrey
Roman,
and saved him from a
precisely
predicament of his own
what I
making.
expected.
That is very typical of a Rumming. That is precisely what I expected. I see that you purchased some sundries from him. Let me see. He looks through the small collection of goods. Yeah, there's nothing here of note. It's a pity. Well, I will take the remaining coins from you. And what? You gave him the entire money purse? I expected some coins back, especially for this bundle of nothing. Do not trouble yourself, my friend. I'm not angry. Indeed, Humphrey may have gotten the better of me in this exchange, but many years ago I gave Humphrey a pittance in coin, and he gave to me a creature that would become my dearest friend. I'd say we got the better of Mr. Rumming in that exchange, wouldn't you, Rattlepax? Aww. Yay. Well, at least he got... I would think that Rattlepax got the better deal of that, too. All right, we got to go talk to Bingo and let him know what's the what here. So, Bert had a word. We had a word with Bert. Bert's words have been worded.
I hope you were
All right.
able to help Bert with whatever
Were you
he
able to
needed.
help Bert with whatever he needed? Oh, good. I'm glad. It is a marvel to me that we have seen Mr. Bartleby at so many places on this journey, and he has not had much to say until this point. I wonder where he learned such patience. I have known 1 or 2 hobbits that were the same in my day, youngest siblings all. I perhaps grew up with several older brothers and learned patience at home. He is a unique individual for certain. All right, so we finished that, and we actually get a title, Bartleby Befriender, so that's fun.
I am ready to be warm again.
So that scoots us to the next quest. It's next week. Mistaken Identity. I am ready to be warm again, Rosenbloom. I spoke with Eggwolf, and she recommended that we take the southwestern road out of Wildemore into the Entwash Vale. Let us ride there at once and hope for a thaw. All right, so we need to talk to Eggwolf on the cliffside road that runs into the Entwash Vale. So, let's see, where would that be? Oh, she's like over here. So it looks like we're actually going to have to ride there. Okay, fine. We can go this way, right? Or did we go to the wrong road? Oh, yeah. Well, we're just kind of cross country then. Oh, hey, we could get on our war steeds now. Sure, why not? Oh my gosh, that was funny. You couldn't even see it for a minute. And what's even funnier is I've done mine up in rose, but I'm wearing orange, and you're wearing rose, but your worsted is a difference. It's like my worsted matches your outfit. So that's kind of fun. Well, this will take us faster across the landscape, so that's nice. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so yeah, we're level 95 cap on Treebeard. And we've been doing the epic battles, right? We've been doing like the creeping wall. No, that's not right. Deeping wall. Yeah, Holmsdyke. Helmsdyke. We have a kid member whose name is Holm, so I keep wanting to call it Holmsdyke. Yeah, and I'll pull up the. Oh yeah, the Deeping Comb and like and the sparkly cave. The glittering cave. Hey, there she is.
All that sparkles is gold.
And I'm gonna jump off my war steed because I don't want to jump off the edge here. Well, that's a nice spot to take a look.
Did you sense
She says, "Wait a moment. Did you feel that?" For a moment, I felt
upon
dread
my
in my
heart.
heart and sensed eyes upon our small party. The feeling is past, but I do not trust that its absence means we are safe. Look from here and see if you spy anyone with evil intent. All right, let us look. I do not spy a cat of evil intent, but I spy a cat of sleepy intent. Hey, sweetie. Well, let's see what Bingo has to say. He says, "You saw something high in the sky and far away. Well, I don't see anything. Do you think it might be Landreval? He was quite large, I think, even for one of the great eagles. But from this distance, even he might appear small. The eyesight of eagles is supposed to be incredible, isn't it? I do think he would descend and say hello to us if he recognized us. Egwolf told me there's a town to the southwest, across the river. The town is called Oserley, and from there we can explore West Rohan. Time to go, Tanglemain. Let's go. WW, lead the way, Rosenblum." So we need to talk to the town folk in Oserley when we arrive. Okay. Oh, we can hunt a shortcut there. Hang on, let's see what I have. The sociable. Sure, I'll take Bartleby Befriender. Why not? We'll activate that one. Okay, so where are we going? Alberg. I have that. Oh yeah, so Amarniel asks what's the level cap on Treebeard now, and yes, the level cap is 95. Oh yeah, I was saying that. Hang on, let me pause a moment. So I'm doing. Oh no, I can't do it there. If you go to the little caret at the bottom of the menu and then go to Epic Battles, it pulls up your Epic Battles map. So we've been partaking of this now. That's the current stuff that we can play around with. So we've been doing number 1, which is Helmsdyke, and we've did that at level with a 1 or 2 person group, and then we did it with a 6-person group. And then we've done number 2, which is the Deeping Wall, and you can do that with 1 or 2 or 12. And we did manage to do it with 10 or so, or 11 maybe. So that was really cool. A lot of people. And then we've done the Deeping Comb, which is I can't remember what it looks like. But then we did we did that was a 1 or 2, and I don't think you could do the other ones. And then 4 is the Glittering Caves. So we've gone in there and helped Gimli out. That was cool. And then the Hornburg we haven't done yet, I don't think, right? Yeah, we haven't done that yet. So we've been enjoying the big battles out here. So that's been fun. We have to talk to some townsfolk. So let's go find some townsfolk to talk to. So Loshire says, "I would not have managed to get 2 characters through the Volume 1 epic without Warsteed." Angmar especially. Oh, are we not in Oserley? We're not in Oserley.
These are desperate times for
That
the
goes to Oldburg.
Rohirrim.
We're going to Stoke? Stoke will get us there? Okay. Cool. I get a little directionally lost. Like there's all these places and I lose track of where they are and the succession of one to the next, you know. That's the only thing I am a little disappointed with the Rohan storyline stuff is that it overlaps a lot, which is great, but the linearness, the linear nature of a lot of the other storylines is more useful to me because then I can keep track of who and who's what and how they connect and those sorts of things.
The Rohirrim.
So. Okay, so now we're going to take, yeah? Or are we writing just by self? Yeah, take a Stable Master? Okay, can do. Here we go. Excuse me. No, my question was, did we have to write in manually some of those quests we can't take the stable master there. Affodil is thankfully keeping us on track. All right, so here we go. Now I'm in Oserley. Whoop, there goes the kitty cat. Bye, honey. Okay, so we need to find some town folk to talk to. Hey, here's one. Hey, buddy. What's up? I can't talk to him. There we go.
What business have you
He
with
says,
the
I just
Laurelin?
returned from my patrol, so I cannot tell you much of Oserley, but I can tell you that something is not right on the fields of Rohan. As I returned hither from the town of Stoke, a feeling of unease took hold of me. I saw nothing, but I would swear from before my Thane that some creature watched me from afar. The stillness was broken by a terrible cry, bird-like and yet not so. I'm glad to be back in Oserley, but at the memory of the haunting cry stays with me. My blood freezes at the thought of it. It may have been nothing, but beware. We would all do well to remain alert with such evils are abroad in the mark. All right. Oh, that sounds kind of creepy. Yeah, not so good. So it sounds to me like there might be a fell beast out there kind of, you know, flying around and scaring the people, which is not awesome. Let's see, we need to find another town folk. Hey, there's one. Hey, Eorc, what do you know? There we go. He says, this is a difficult time for the people of Oserley. You might do well to set your course for elsewhere. What do I mean? Everyone here is on edge. Orcs have been seen on the plains of Rohan, burning and pillaging. Even the bravest warriors, are seized by invisible terrors, reduced to shadows of their former selves. If you take my advice and leave Oserley and its troubles behind, you would be wise to leave at nightfall. The blanket of darkness may not shield you from evil eyes, but if it helps to protect the people that live here, I urge you to make use of it. I would think you would want to go during the day, but... All right, well, we got to go talk to Eggwolf and let her know that things are a little grim here. I think she's a grim? Yes, I think she's down this way. Yep, there she is. I'm just going to jump my way down. Hey, Bingo. All right. Are my names, like, what's going on here? There we go.
You shall not stay
All right,
here.
she says, I
Let
agree
us
with
leave
Eorc.
beneath
We
cover of
should not
darkness.
stay here. Let us leave beneath cover of darkness and find a less dangerous place for Bingo to continue his journey. Speak to me when you're all ready, and we will leave Oserley by a goat track or hidden footpath. If we were spied upon as we descended from Wildemore, it would be best for us to slip the notice of any pursuers. Fair enough, fair enough. All right, well, let's see.
Usually, I'm the
She says,
pursuer,
I've not
the
often been on
pursued.
this side of things. Usually I am the pursuer, not the pursued. Let us leave Oserley under cover of night and give the slip to any of the villains who may be following us. I do not mean to frighten Bingo with our hasty departure, but for my part, I am afraid it may be necessary. I do not like the dread that has taken hold of Rohan. All right, well, let's do it.
A frightful
So thankfully,
storm
this
has
is very
descended
group
upon the
friendly.
plains of Rohan,
So it's going to
and it
allow all of
threatens
us to be in it.
dampen
Now, this is an
Bingo's
instance,
spirits.
though. So when one person clicks on the quest and then says OK or continue quest, it'll move it forward for everybody. So if you're ever in a group quest like this, do keep that in mind. That if that happens, that somebody might be reading it and then all of a sudden the NPC's taken off, it's because somebody has gone ahead and said continue. So all right, so I'll go ahead and read this out for y'all. So the storm sprang up most suddenly. We should look for a place to take some shelter from the rain and the wind. He says, I'm quite nervous about this lightning too. All right, so we're going to look for a place to shelter from the storm. Uh-oh, but he says, what's that sound? Oh no, that's quite the fell beast. Yeah, I told you we were being pursued. Oop, where'd it go? There it is. Wow, right in front of us. Yeesh. Hello. Protect Bingo from the Nazgul. So far from the Shire, Baggins. Thinks he's a Baggins. Baggins, I believe you have made a mistake, says Bingo. I'm a Boffin, Bingo Boffin. Baggins, which is kind of funny. So, Bingo, you have to get out of here. Okay, Tanglebane, take Bingo and go. Dun dun dun. Tangleman, wait, we cannot leave them behind. And now we have a fire. The beast fears fire. Take this torch and set the grass ablaze. Okay, makeshift torch. We're gonna set the grass ablaze. Do we just run through it, or do we have to actually touch things? There we go. The flame catches. Awesome. Away with you, she says. This is no place for the likes of you. I appreciate it. She's yelling at a Nazgul. Like, that's pretty badass, really, isn't it? All right. Bingo! Bingo! She says. Tanglemain bore him to safety, but also beyond earshot. We have to find him. That creature may come back. All right. And that is the end of that instance. So it's kind of funny because apparently Bingo Boffin was a name that was considered for not Bilbo, but Frodo, I believe. So that's why it's kind of funny that he's getting mixed up with the Baggins and the Boffin stuff. Yeah. She says, we survived the attack of that terrible creature, and I'm certain that Bingo did as well. He is fortunate that Tanglemain had his pony wits about him. Oh, Ginger says it was for Bilbo? I was thinking it was for Frodo. How funny. Okay. Which makes it, yeah, so it is the mix-up, though, that is funny. So, all right, so she says, we will find them. Have no fear of that. We will find Bingo, and then I will bid the two of you farewell. What has befallen the kingdom I love, that such frightening apparitions can haunt this land without opposition? I will not be able to journey with you two for much longer. I need to see to the hurts of my kingdom. But first, we will find our friends. So, after we complete this quest, Bert Bartleby will arrive near the east gate of Woodhurst and in the Stone Needs. And then next week, we have a new quest, A Horse in a Haystack. Now, do you want to go ahead and
we need to find where Tanglemain and Bingo have
pause
fled.
here, and we can go over to Laurelin and work on your stuff? Okay. All right. So, I guess I'll go ahead and accept this quest, though, so that way we have it for next time, and then we won't continue with it. So we'll begin the Horse in a Haystack, which is the following week's quest. She says, we need to find where Tanglemain and Bingo have fled. In order to do that, we should return to the place where we were attacked by that unnatural creature. If I can examine the soil at that location, I should be able to pick up their trail. So let us go at once, or next week, to the southeast. If I remember correctly, the spot was in the Broad Acres, just to the southwest of the overrun settlement of Bard Doram. We will find them before you know it. Set aside your worry. Okay. Actually, I might go check on Bert Bartleby real quick if I can, find him. What you got? What you got for me? A Tome of the Icy Salamander.
During my
Oh, that's funny.
travels.
Sure, why not? And then you could get from him a tasting fork. So you could carry around a fork or a letter opener, which looks like a little bitty knife. You can get a Bingo for your yard, which is the snowy version. And so there's like little snow falling around him, and he's got his cap on. It was so cute. And then there's a couple of maps here, and of course the hat rack. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and So we're gonna exit here and switch over to Laurelin. So let me go ahead and change our server text because it's gonna take a minute to log out here anyway. And we're going over to Laurelin. Don't forget to log out. Yeah, okay, so we'll go over to Laurelin. I was just looking, you almost can see him, but you can't quite see him. So my camera's like just off for everything. So if you look over on the edge of the couch, that dark blob there is Casper sleeping. I was zonked out on the couch, and he came and curled up by my feet, which was very cute. Oops, I went too far. Sorry about that, y'all. There we go. But yeah, and then Kato was sitting like up on the edge of the couch, and he was sleeping by my feet. It was very cute. So I appreciate that he has continued to just stay zonked out there, but she like got up and has been wandering around. She came and laid down on my lap for a couple of minutes, but I'm not sure what got her to get back up. When we first started, when we first had the cats, we'd already been streaming for a while. So this was a habit of ours to do every week. And the cats were brand new to us, right? They'd just come home. And we were trying to get them, you know, familiar with the house and familiar with us and comfortable with everything. And when we would sit here and stream for, you know, what turns into basically a 5-hour block or so, the cats were very not, this was not something they were used to, right? So they would basically just kind of be hidden and out of sight and out of the way while we were streaming. But as soon as we stopped, because we stopped talking so much, then they would come back. And then they would be all like, oh, lovey-dovey, and doing the normal thing. It was very funny. So, yeah, it's been funny to watch over the last year and a half. We've had them for over a year and a half now. It'll actually be 2 years in May that we'll have had them. And, yeah, it's been funny to watch them kind of get more and more comfortable with, like, you know, us talking. And there's various friends that come over periodically. And now the cats are getting more and more comfortable with those people as they come over. So it's pretty cool. So I'm waiting for my Locho to finish logging out. And the reason why it's taking so long, and I mentioned this before, is that when you log out, it takes all the information about your character and it writes it back to the files. And that can take some time because when Locho originally started, you know, it was up through like level 50, and there's only so many quests that you have up to level 50, right? But then it, you know, as Locho has gotten bigger and bigger and bigger, and we have more and more areas, we have so many quests and so many deeds. Those two files apparently, or the data within those two categories, seems to somehow be what causes a lot of slowdown. The code wasn't written to accommodate the size of the volume of stuff that you can have. And so I'm often playing on my completionist characters when I'm streaming with you all. And so it takes longer for those characters to log out because those are the ones where I have done all of those things. Like I've done all the deeds I can do, and I've done all the quests I can do and stuff like that. So it takes a bit longer to log out with some of those characters. So that's why there's that kind of delay as I'm switching from one server to the next. And I know it's been, you know, fun to watch them try to play with different ways to accommodate that. Excuse me. But I know they're still working on it. All right, so here we are in my one of my Lindleby homes. Rah! So let me transfer leadership over. So just as a reminder, this is the last day. You have 20 hours and 50 minutes to gather the stuff off of the legendary items reward track. And I was mentioning earlier, in fact, do you need me to take you somewhere?
How about Peabody?
Okay. Do you have your own transit there? Okay, I'll meet you there. Because I'm going to go by my house real quick. So, I'm going to go by my other house. Yes, I have this house, which has all these cool things in the yard. Gaze upon my coolness of my house. But no, I'm going to show you the other house. Because on the reward track right now, box number 25 gives you that housing item, as well as a handful of these elf statues, like that look like that with a shield or look like that with a sword, and then also 2 of these ruined floors and 2 of the decorative regular floors. So that comes in box number 25, and it is pretty awesome. So if you have any characters that have their legendary items, any quests that you are doing that reward you with legendary item experience, that experience is going to this reward track. And this reward track resets, you know, you get a new one every 3 months, basically. This current one is at the end. You have 20 hours and 48 minutes left of this current track. So that's why I'm bringing this up, because if you haven't gone in here and claimed these things off the track, now's a great time to do that. Don't delay. And if you were trying to get certain things, now is when you want to go and finish getting the experience that you need to get these things. So we mentioned earlier, so there's box 25. It's the coffer of the sculpture garden. That's what you're working towards for this. But we are going to go do some stuff. I'll grab some water. I now have a travel skill. Excuse me. Excuse me. That takes me to the this place, which is the Bloody Eagle Tavern. I assume it's a tavern. It says the Bloody Eagle. And in here, we have some delving. Well, we have some mission givers. So we have a mission giver here and a mission giver there. So we can come in here and do some missions. You want us to start at the top? Okay, so we're going to do a cut
There is
above.
much to be done.
Let's
and you
see.
are hands by which to do it.
The merchant ships are being attacked by corsairs, and we need to deal with the corsair captain Gaspar, who is making his camp in this space. So we got to go deal with these scoundrels and get them to stop attacking people. All right. Excuse me. And we're doing this as a two-person mission. Now, one thing we're also doing is we're also doing these as delvings. So there's a delving stone. Have you already done it? I'll do it. Assuming I have, I guess I should double check, make sure I have an emerald. Okay, I do. So I have this little chunky thing here, a delving emerald, which I can then use in these tier 7, tier 8, or tier 9. So I'll do tier 7. And I put that in there, and it's like cool. And now I can continue the quest. And it says cool, and it says a vile malice spreads through the area, and the delving stone, the delving thing there disappears. So now all the bad guys, there's an additional stuff that's going to happen. So yeah, I guess I might as well eat a meal. You know? Yeah, and some hope. Great, thank you. Because we are working at a +4 dread. So that kind of slows us down a little bit. Oh, oops, we forgot to say goodbye to our Kinney before we took off. Oh, well. Oh, good. Awesome. Okay. One of our Kinneys was talking with us over on Treebeard, and I just realized I just walked away. Oops, this guy saw me. All right. Well, maybe you can grab his tooltip. Well, we can grab off the next guy. Okay. So when you are doing these delving things, you're going to get some extra things. So these kind of like brownish squares underneath their bar, it tells you what's going on. So we have these, let's pull these off. And that one. So we have a health poultice. While this enemy is above 85% health, they will heal themselves continuously. Let's see, after your first attack, they gain protection against that type of damage type, but it is a corruption, so you should be able to dispel it with things to get rid of your corruptions. They have a thing called Sauron's Ire. After a brief induction, they release a powerful flame attack, so luckily you can see that coming and you can hopefully interrupt it. They have a miasma level 2. They have a stronger diseased aura about them. This will lessen your damage while around them. So get out of the aura. And they have a creeping doom, a monster attack that will give you doubts about your ability to carry on. Cleanse it before it incapacitates you. I think it knocks you out for like 5 seconds or something. So what we've discovered when we have this sort of a laundry list of things to work through is just hit them really hard, really fast, and then they really don't have a chance to do anything against it. It's effective. Sneaky says, my brawler is doing these for the gear till I can raid to get better. Nice. I have been getting gear off of here. Oh yeah, so I've got like a Frayed Discerning Delver's Jack, which looks like is identical to the one I already have, so I'm going to want to disenchant that one. And we've got some bracers or van braces, which I don't think they're better than what I already have because I like the critical rating, so I'll probably just disenchant those. Yeah, because they're not providing with any critical. So I don't know. I mean, some of the stuff we're getting is better. Like I've definitely switched into some of these things and put the essences on them. But I don't know. Yeah, the drops have been convenient. All right, we're going to do the same thing again. Oh, you want that one. Okay. I can reach him. Yep. Sneaky says, the gear in the Bloody Tavern is 512 with essence slots. Cool. Yeah, it's interesting because I guess I don't... like, I'm fine with my gear as it is. I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say. I'm not gear motivated. That's a good way to put it. You know, like, oh, darn it. Hang on. Well, I didn't need to do that. That was a mistake. Alright. Oh, and I've got a thing I need to cleanse, so I'm going to be knocked out. There we go, hopefully. Alright, they put me on fire, so that's nice. Let's see if we can get rid of this guy. I mean, okay, yeah, so my health is down, whatever. I also have a healer with me. And sometimes I fall down, but then I just run back in. So, I don't know, like, I guess, oh, yeah. I guess I kind of should get better gear, but at the same time, I'm fine with the gear that I have. Like, I keep upgrading it as we go. Here, I'll show y'all real quick what I have. So I've been getting stuff out of the big battles. Wait, no, that's the other server. I don't know what I've got there. But I've got, yeah, like I've got that one's from this stuff. And, oh, we're in combat again. So, I don't know, I've been using the stuff that we've been getting. Unless it's not, sometimes it doesn't, I lose all the critical rating though that I was getting. Or it's not, yeah, it's not any better. It doesn't seem like, so I haven't been swapping it out necessarily. So, and, Agartha was saying something about on the regular servers, teal gear won't drop from delvings until tier 3 of the raid is released. And gear from other sources, guild crafted embers or legions, will be better for a while. So it's interesting. I was thinking about this the other day, is because somebody was like, I had mentioned that we had just, valored our way up basically. Like Affodil valored up to 130 and I valored up to 140, and then we just kind of leveled from there to 150 because we wanted to do delvings, because delvings seem to be a great way to get experience for the legendary item reward track. And that was our motivating goal, is to get all the good stuff off the track, like hung and the decorations and stuff. So from that perspective, I want the gear that's going to allow me to do the delvings. And we have successfully completed these delvings multiple times, so I feel like I've achieved that goal. And I understand there's probably some way to maximize the gear that I have, or put the essences of a specific thing on there, but I haven't really delved too deeply into that. I think I have a box or two of those flickering thingies. Right? The box, I forget what it's called. Yeah, these things. Seafarer's Flickering Essence box. Open this box to choose a flickering Seafarer's Essence. The essence you select will be bound to your account. And I think I could get, those out to put onto the gear that we've been picking up here. Oh, wrong boot. Okay. I was, yeah, I had clicked on the boot, but it was the other one. So I'm not shooting the other one. I'm shooting these guys. Sometimes we run into a little bit of hunter mishap, which causes issues here. So let's see, before points out that on Treebeard, it seems to be maxed out with tactical mastery and critical rating. But yeah, don't have that problem in Laurelin. Well, yeah, so I was thinking about it, that basically for me, level 150 isn't like cap level and I'm doing different things. Oh, we have a cutthroat. It's that it's just another level until, you know, cap goes up again, and then we'll level up some more. It's the level that allows me to get to do the delvings, which I hope then gets me lots of experience for the reward track. So we've also done a lot of questing too, and that's helped with the reward track. You've got all sorts of stuff on you. Let's cleanse you up a little bit there. Yeah. So I guess I kind of approach, you know, cap level a little differently from possibly how other people do. Let me take care of that lookout in the bushes. I don't think he's tied to anybody. Yep, awesome. Okay, here they go. So we try to grab these guys in this particular instance because if we can get them to come away from the area, then we don't have Grapthar's hammer at the same time. That's not his name, but... Oh, I got knocked out. I'll get up again. That's right. They're never going to keep me down. All right, here he is. Gashpar. All right. Cool, there we go. I love how this Umbari scout just like comes wandering in. There's times when we're still in combat and he's wandering through. I'm like, I think he's just like really taken by these huts. He's like, wow, this is some fantastic decorating these guys have done here. Or, you know, like there's just something that's very distracting by what he's seeing there. Because every time he just comes walking in, right, totally oblivious to everything else happening in the area. So one of the things we discovered, though, is because a lot of people are doing these delvings because they are the top level right now, that sometimes you come in and it's hard to, like they're not ready to talk to you yet. Hey, you got there. Awesome. Congratulations. So Affodil did manage to just now get to box 100 and complete box 100. So like I'm in box 101 here. Yay. So now we both have our red skeleton painted ponies. Well, you are streaming tonight, yes? Do you want to do any more of these, or do you want to get prepared? Because it's almost 2 hours for me.
Yeah, I think getting prepared is good.
Okay. Cool. Oh, excuse me. Goodness. All right, so we will pause on doing these. Remember to open your delving box. When you complete a delving, you get a delving box, which looks like that, and it's of the tier of the delving that you just did, and it has a 1 hour cooldown, so you have an hour to open it, and then if you don't open it, it just disappears out of your inventory, which is, you know, a little bit of a bummer. You don't want that to happen. Oh, hey, while you're still here, though, I have a tendency to give Affodil all my stuff. Oh, and we joined the League of the Coin People or something like that, Ledger Keepers. So when we do these delvings, they give us reputation tokens, which is kind of cool. So I've just been passing everything over that I can. And then in the rest of my inventory, I still have to deal with. It's kind of sad. In fact, let me get out of the way of these running people. I'll stand over here for a minute. Just lounge over here. I am going to disenchant these things. So let me go into my vault. And I want to get out, where's my flame? My flame of Al-Ankalamir. And I'm gonna go ahead. So if you, you can sell these things, or you could just disenchant them into delving writs, which delving writs are not, you know, light, they don't grow on trees. So I'm like, cool, I will take that. So now let's see, we have a couple more pieces. Let's take a look at those real quick. I have 3 of these shoulder things and 1 pair of boots. Let's see, the boots are level 110. They're less armor, less agility, less vitality, and the same critical rating. So I don't feel like that is an improvement in any shape or form. So we'll get rid of those. Aaron Umbird, it's safe to come now. What you've missed is we've done 1 mission on Laurelin here, and we kicked their butts. We did a great job. We did it as a level 7, a tier 7 delving. We added that layer onto the mission, making it a little more difficult. They tried to poison us and all sorts of things, but we did great. And I didn't even die once, so that was neat. And now Affodil is going to start getting ready for his stream, and I am looking at some of the stuff I have piled up here. Okay, so like these Delver's Cops. Let's see. Okay, so I have that one, and that one, and that one. Are they all the same? That's the first question. So 3077 armor, yes. Different levels of agility. And then the flips flop for the vitality. Oh, but these 2 do have critical rating. Okay, so does that one. These 2 have more critical rating, so let's take a look at that. Compared to what I have, it would be more armor, more agility, a teeny bit more vitality, less critical rating, and less finesse rating. So that's the problem I run into, because it's like, well, more armor's probably good, but losing some critical means I'm less likely to hit them as hard, and hitting them hard means I don't need to have armor. So, okay, so if I look at my character, like if I look at my critical rating, my current critical rating is for melee is 17.3, for ranged it's 22.3, and for tactical it's 17.3. So there's still room for improvement there. So I don't feel like I want to drop any critical rating. That's why I'm like, and then finesse, where's finesse listed? Is that defense? Oops. Parry, maybe? Yeah, or evade. It's not very high. I have a 5% additional chance to evade while standing still. Well, that's nice. So I feel like these things, these shoulder items, well, yes, they have an essence slot, and I could drop something in there. I don't feel like they're better than, I feel like I'm happy with what I have. So I'm going to go ahead and disenchant these, and, you know, if any of you are watching this and screaming, no, don't do that, too late. But let me know ahead of time, next time, because I keep getting them. So I'm not too worried about that. I keep getting more and more of these things. Oh, what's this guy do?
Good day to you, traveler.
Tome of the Lion Cub. That's exciting. Tome of the Tidal Dune Lurker. Wow. Let's see. Eagle bits are coins used by the Order of the Eagle to reward those assisting the secretive concern within the border of Umbar. Ooh, there's an archway. I wonder what the archway looks like. I've often thought that archways are kind of fun to have as a yard item, like as you're walking up to the house, you know. That's kind of, you know, interesting to have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going over to Deco Demieux's website and taking a look at these various things. Oh, and then the other day with some other tokens at a different quartermaster, I got the Guide to the Bloody Eagle Tavern. So that's a cool thing, because that's a hunter skill that you can pick up. Oh, you know what? I want to put my flame back before I forget about it. Let's drop that back in there. Cool. Is there anything else I could do with my inventory aside from stare at it and cry a little bit? So the Coffer of Ancient Script, not good because I don't have room for that. essence boxes, I'm not ready to deal with that. Enhancement runes, I can open those. Tracery, nope. Tracery. All my traceries are, I think, dealt with at the moment. Here, we can take a quick look though. So those were blue that we were just looking at, those boxes of traceries. So I could open it up and I would get a blue level tracery. So looking at my legendary item, so that's shift and then double click on the item to get it to open up like this. So let's see, that is a blue, so I'm already blue. That one, oh, whoa, I have a purple. Oh, I have some work to do because that's a couple of like low level ones. Yeah, that's purple, that's not good. That's purple, that's not good. I mean, the worst is yellow, we don't want that. Gold is the best, so that's not confusing at all, right? But blue is like pretty good. Like that's the second best you can get. And then gold is the best you can get, and gold is really not easy to get. So really blue is what you're kind of aiming for. Purple is what you throw in there when you haven't got anything better to do, which apparently I did at some point. So, okay, so I'm seeing there's some opportunity here to level up some of that stuff. So I might end up doing that off stream, because it's basically me just staring at my computer and muttering to myself a lot. Which isn't particularly exciting, I don't think. And we also did a whole lot of that last week, right? We spent like an hour in the traceries library, the word hoard of, I forget what the rest of the word is, but it's it's the library in Rivendell in the last homely house. Yes, Aaron Part says, I am familiar with the muttering about LI process. Yeah, so I'll probably go and do that after the stream and potter around with that, because just so you guys can have like kind of a review of what I will be working on, there's two avenues by which I will be attempting to get better things. So first of all, I'm going to go to another website and see what other people have to say and get some ideas on what traceries I want to have on my legendary items. I've probably already done that, so what's on my legendary items in name is probably what I want there. The question then is I need better versions of those. So as I mentioned, purple is like meh. So yellow's the worst, and then purple, then blue, then gold. So you really want blue or gold. So that's going to be my goal. So my first thing will be is to look at there's shattered, and it looks like I don't have any of my personal. So let's go over to the LI stuff here. So we have shattered Khazad-dûm traceries. Those are only good for level 50. I'm level 150, so that's too low for me. That's not going to be any good for me. The next one that I've got here, there we go, Shattered Umbari traceries. So that's the sort of thing I'm going to look for. The shattered one, notice it's a blue text, so that's going to help me get blue traceries. And then this cracked Umbari tracery, this one, notice that it says it's level 141. That's the highest we can get right now. There is no 150 as far as I'm aware. And so notice it's in gold letters, so that'll allow me to get gold traceries. So that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to be looking for any more of these cracked and shattered traceries, which then I can take and give them some currency, the thing I just said I have too much of, and use that in combination, and they'll give me the tracery that I want, whole and complete and able to be slotted into my weapon. So that's what I'm going to be working on behind the scenes, So why is that? Maximum level 105. Okay, I was wondering why they were red, because I have out-leveled these things here. So the other thing I can do then is once I've got my ancient script level down, which I seem to always have too much because I do these reward tracks. But then once that is down, what I can do is I can open up these coffers of ancient script and get them out of my inventory. But this one's like contains 600, so you open a couple of those, and all of a sudden because it's a cap level of 10,000, and that 10,000 you can get to really fast if you have a bunch of these boxes, which I do. So that's gonna go fast. Like these are 200s, these are 600s. I've got some squirreled away somewhere else. So What's that?
Uncapped.
Yeah, before is capped over here, so on ancient script. But the thing to do then, what I will want to do once I've created some space in my wallet and I can take in more ancient script, is any of these traceries that are purple, like this one. You see, it's a maybe if I move this over here, even though I've out leveled it, so I could put it on a different character maybe or something. But basically, you'll see it's purple, which again, remember I don't like purple, not as a tracery, and it disenchants into 40 ancient scripts. So it's not a lot, but it takes up a spot in my inventory for as long as I have it. So ideally, what I want to do is find all of these purples, disenchant them, get those out of my inventory, and create more space in my inventory. But with my ancient script is usually, I don't think it's at cap right now because I try to leave a teeny bit of room. Nope, it is at cap, 10,000. Oh, because I opened a box to get, I think, the pony, and it automatically came with ancient script. It came with like 2,000 or something, and so I just lost it. It just, evaporated into the air, which is too bad. So then my plan, now I could disenchant this and just be like, I don't care. 40 ancient script gone into the ether, but I have an inventory slot back. I could do that. I prefer not to, so I'm likely to wait and see if I can get some space within, in my wallet and then do that. So that's going to be my process. So, if you are like trying to figure out where to start, that's where I start. I try to find, of the level that I am, those cracked versions of the traceries and the shattered versions of the traceries, which are these tokens basically, and use that to fill up my spots first. And then, so I try to do as many of the gold as I can, which it looks like I'll be able to do 3. And then I try to do as many blue as I can. Looks like I'll be able to do 6. And then if I have any open spots left, I fill them with purple. Because purple you can just buy straight out for ancient script. You don't need these tokens, and it's just a good way to use up ancient script. Another way you can use up ancient script is buying transit to the library. You can get a map, a consumable map, that will take you to the library. As a hunter, I have traveled to Rivendell, so I don't feel a need to have an inventory spot taken up by that. So I don't. But yeah, so, and I have a gift. It's a scroll of finesse. Cool. All right. Well, I am about good. Are you about good?
Okay, do you take me to Aldberg?
Take you where?
Aldberg.
Aldberg or Helm's Deep. I think I can take us to Snowborn. Is that close?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Sure.
So, as I kind of mentioned, like we Valard these characters. So even though my hunter is like awesome because she's a hunter, and she's Rosenbloom, so she's awesome. I haven't done all of the questing with this character, so I have holes in my travel skills. I don't know how to get everywhere with this character yet. We've got some work to do. But I can get to Rivendell, which is one of the important places. So in fact, I've been trying to go back and fill in the holes. So I've gotten like Mickle Delving, of course. I got No Bottle, so I went up into the Northshire. That's not what it's called, Yondershire. I went ahead and got Swanfleet and Cardalon. I've got Andreth and Bree, of course. Thorns Hall, Oscaruth, Estelden. So I did some of those where you have to get the thing. I went ahead and got Trestlebridge and Trader's Wharf, so I'm really happy about those because those are really convenient, really handy to have. Got Avendim, so I did that quest where you got to go find the thing. Got high enough, obviously, to get Rivendell, Misty Mountains. So, I've kind of filled in a little bit. Sri Kaila, we've got East and West Angmar, Ekad Dunan, 21st Hall, managed to get that one sorted out, and then we kind of skip up to Snowborn. So, I've got a bit of going back and infilling to do, backfilling, filling in. I've been playing that game. Okay, there's a game online where it's a word game, and they're like thinking of word, and it's kind of like, you know, hotter, 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 oh, cooler, 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 you know, that kind of style. And so maybe the word is fellowship. And so you might say group and be like, oh yeah, that's good. And you'd say, I don't know, whatever. So you're trying to come up with the word. And today I am so close. I've gotten to like 99.8 degrees of figuring out this word. When you get to 100 degrees, that's like you found the word. And I'm at 99.8 degrees, but I can't quite get it. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Maybe so a lot of times what it ends up being is other versions of the word, you know. So like allure, alluring, allures, you know, whatever. So that's what my brain does now. Aaron Bart says, what was the guide just before your Bree guide? Let's see. So Bree is here. Guide to Andrath. That's one of the places where you can do missions from in Cardalon. I'll show you. I'll just go there. It's this little encampment. Here we go. It's Gerwin's Convoy. So it's this location, which we're up here by Sarch Forn. And here, I'll just ride north and show you after I grab that silver. Hello. I wish to grab the silver. Oh, I was going to the links. We don't need that. If you are in Bree, there's a place in Bree where you end up kind of in the south and you are end up dealing with brigands. And that used to kind of have like a gate at the back of it, at the bottom of it. And that gate is this area right here. It's now opened up and it feeds out into Cardalon? Yeah, into Cardalon. So, because Swanfleet's further south, Cardalon's next one. So this is the Southgard ruins that you may have found yourself in at various times. Yeah, Aaron Varda says, I know that spot. I was so stoked when they opened that up. Nice. It's so funny to see it from the other direction. It's kind of fun. Okay. Yeah, so like now I'm in Bree. So see, I've come into the south part of the Bree map. So yeah, it's interesting because actually I wonder if I can war steed through here, or will it just like, where's my war steed? Hey, where's my war steed? How do I get on it? All right, that'll take too long. I don't remember how to get on my war steed. Continuous runs through landscape is one of your favorite things to do. Oh, that's awesome. Well, yeah, the landscapes are just so gorgeous here, aren't they, anyway? So absolutely worth the time to do that. And I love doing the chicken play because you have to run through the landscape. You can't just teleport by, you know, or anything. And I just find that so cool to be able to then see things that, you know, you don't get to see otherwise, or that you just pass by so quickly otherwise. So yeah, so Andrath is that little encampment that's just south of all this. I was going to pop over here because I find it really interesting because the Bree land housing is really nearby. Let me see. Yeah, oh, there it is. Okay, it's outside here. You can tell by the roads on here. Those are not, yeah, those are roads. So we're going to keep rolling. Here, I'll show you. And then I got to find my war steed and add it to my bar there, because if I ever want to get on it, it'd be nice to know how to do that. I've set it off on one of my sidebar icons over on Treebeard, but obviously I didn't do that here. So anyway, this landscape now connects basically to the Breeland housing, which is over here. Yeah, we're looking right at it. We can't get into it. We shouldn't be able to get into it from here. Oh yeah, because there's a high, well, can we go around this way? There used to be a waterfall in the Breeland housing. So notice I can't go any further that way. It won't let me. Because you can't get into housing just from the side. You have to actually go in through the gate. But that's Breeland housing, and there used to be a waterfall. Oh, down at the other end. Okay. Sorry, B4 is ready, and I'm like talking. Okay. Well, hang on. I'll switch over here in just a second. But basically, there's a place, if I can get there, where there used to be a waterfall, but now it's a river coming out of the Breland housing area that is now, because it's a river that goes into Cardolan. But it used to be a waterfall because there wasn't anything on the other side, you know. But now there is. So, because what I'm running around in is all the new area. And so there's the Breland housing over there. And let's see, are we there? No, I don't think we're quite there yet. Yeah, those are still, I don't think that's it. I think it's over here. So people who had houses next to the waterfall were kind of sad. When I can understand that, but and then I was like, well, but you could go to Lindleby and there's lots of houses with waterfalls there. So, you know, you can make up for it otherwise. But yeah, so here's where the waterfall used to be on the other side in the housing, but now it's been turned into just a river, which I cannot go any further. There's a wall there. But yeah, you can look into the Breland housing, which is kind of cool. But this waterfall is an actual river. And it's kind of funny because I think Scenario, who's one of the developers who does landscape stuff, and he was talking about how really from a physics perspective, like that waterfall really shouldn't have been there. But, you know, it was pretty and it looked cool and stuff, but from a natural geology, that thing couldn't have existed as it did. So the fact that it's gone is maybe, you know, fixing something that couldn't have actually existed there. But yeah, so now it's a river. So yeah. Aaron Bard says, I think they could have kept the waterfall by making an underground spring into in a hill mound. Yeah, that could have been a way to do it. Yes, goblin alert. It's okay. I'm like so stealthy. They totally don't even see me. I'm like, yeah. But you know, we can help the good people of Bree or Cardolan as it is. Colwich says, I do miss that waterfall, but it is cool to look at that house from the other side. I think this is kind of fun to be able to just like, you know, be out here and be like looking in. That's kind of fun. So, all right. Well, I think I will finish it up here. We still don't have any festivals coming anytime soon. I don't think, not until the middle of March, I believe. Everybody says, I miss the dense trees of that area. Oh, that's fair. Before you're channeling your inner Dragok, I see you. Yeah, that's kind of fun. All right, so yes, so next week we'll probably be back to go check out where Bingo is running off to, see what's going on with that over on Treebeard. So while we are at a level 95 cap on Treebeard, we can only follow the Bingo storyline up until that point. So once we reach that point, we will have to stop following Bingo and wait for the server to go up to the next level. And the fun thing about that is that it does release week upon week. So you do have to wait for the next week for the next chapter to come out. We have been doing it, you know, we've been binging our Bingo, I suppose, if you want to look at it that way. So we have been, you know, doing it in clumps and we haven't had to wait. But yeah, so we are, so B4 says, I think Bingo goes to level 95 next week. So yeah, we might be limited until the next increase over on Treebeard. So.
I think the maximum bingo is level 95.
Oh, of the entire storyline.
Our entire storyline.
Oh. Before is indicating that we may be approaching the end of the Bingo storyline as well over on Treebeard. We'll find out. I haven't actually done Bingo in total over here. Where am I with Bingo? Oh, Goblin Town. That's right. I have like 5 quests that take me to Goblin Town. Maybe we'll do that next week. So I only like to go into Goblin Town when I can have B4 take me around because he has a good map and that he found online and we follow that. It makes me very happy. I don't get lost and then, you know, all of that. So may end up doing that. We'll see. Okay. Well, if you have any suggestions on things we should do next week, feel free to, you know, ping me a message, put it over on the YouTube. Send me a message in Blue Sky. I'm also on Twitter X, and I'm hardly on the forums these days, but I'm in the game. I'm on Laurelin and Treebeard a lot too, so if you see me there, yeah. Lashire says, I think you'll be fine on Treebeard. It only goes up to level 95. Okay. And then it starts going backwards. Okay. Well, I'll try not to say much more because I know there are people in the chat who don't want any bingo spoilers. So I will leave it at that. So have a great rest of your week, everybody. I'm going to sign off, and I will see you next week. Stay tuned for B4, who is coming on next with some plugin development. Is it Festival Buddy? Yes, it's Festival Buddy. And yeah. Oh, and then later on, like evening time, US time, I believe Meilung is back doing the questing up to Rohan, or I forget the name of the stream. I do this every week. But, oh yeah, Mariner, like sailing off to Rohan. No, that's not right. Anyway, hang around or you come back for Meilung later on tonight too. But anyway, here comes B4. We will see you later. Have a great night. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.